This is your True Game, and basically it's just a simple stream, just discussing on what's basically happened this weekend to the servers, and to the weekend league. I mean, it's disgusting, isn't it? Really, that what we pay for. We pay for a service to use, to play on the servers, to connect to our opponents, and basically it's so wrong on so many levels on why we have to put up with such bollocks. This weekend, I mean, I've reached my 11 wins, but I've got 8 games remaining. But I just feel like there's no point in playing them until they actually fix the problem. Which, I mean, there's a lot of wrong with the game than there is right. The passing, shooting. I mean, there's so much delay in the game as well. On top of all that, what can we actually do, guys? Because I'm sure you guys are just as frustrated as me with the situation and what's happening with the game. How we're actually treated. Because the simple fact is, we build a team to try and compete at the best of our ability, but we're not really given that proper chance, are we, to fulfil the ability that we are, that we can commit to. I'm so baffled. I mean, they've messed up the SBCs. The Icon SBC as well as the Sancho SBC. So on the whole, I mean, with all that happening as well, I mean, the servers were absolutely disgraceful. I'm just really confused with it. Really, really confused. What can we actually do to actually change all this round? I'm just baffled. I really need some feedback on what you think, what your thoughts are. How can we actually change all this? Because like I said, we're playing, a game which is supposed to have the highest qualities possible, to give us the best chance to progress. How can we progress? How can we, progress when the game is in such a bad state of affairs? I'm confused by that. So, what's your thoughts on it? What do you think that we should do to, to get things on a better level? Because I find it very hard to contain my anger during the FUT chants when that there's so much wrong, so much bullshit. It's beyond belief. So welcome to the stream, guys. Thank you very much for joining. It's an absolute pleasure to have you all in this stream. As I was saying, what can we actually do? How's your weekend league gone? What's your thoughts on the situation? Because like I said, I've got 8 games remaining, but I don't feel I can be bothered and to put time and effort in to try and progress. To get like the gold 3. I'm in silver 1. I'm happy with that because it's an automatic qualification. But normally I'd have that fighting spirit to try and go further in the weekend league. You've seen the passion that I have for the game. You've seen the passion that I've shown during the game. But I'm really confused on why You know, so much bullshit is happening in this game, and it's only November. We've had it, what, 2 months? Oh, you know, and it's disgusting what we're putting up with. You know, like I said, there's so much wrong with it. There's not a lot right with it. So what would you guys suggest that they need to do to improve the game? So that basically that's the question in hand. You know. So. Let's type this in. You know, what do you think that needs to be improved? What do you think that should happen? I mean, the biggest thing really is, you know, is the servers. There's delays in it. It's just ridiculously stupid, isn't it? Really. I am so baffled. You know. I mean, it's a multi-million-pound game, a multi-million-pound company, and they can't provide us with the service that we expect to the highest of their ability. You know, the standard is dropped so much. Come on, I'm not over there. Shut up, fucking engine. Don't start with me. Oi, shut fuck up. Shut fuck up. Oh, shut up, Lindsay. Shut up. You start with me, I'll punch you. Stupid dog. Yeah, pack up. Oi, shut fuck up, you. Shut up, shut up. Shut up, shut up. Help me on the computer. So what do you think, guys? Because like I say, it's beyond the joke now, and things need to be changed. You know. So what do you think? So it's a question for you guys to answer, to put forward your views on, you know, this weekend, but on the whole of the game that needs to be changed. What's your thoughts on it, guys? Because, you know, I'm just it's just beyond a joke. So we've got 5 people in the chat, which is fantastic. Yes, I mean, I totally agree, Joe. I mean, they are shit, and you know, it's a massive problem that we're facing. It's just totally disgusting what we have to go through as a community, as a FIFA community. I mean, I've got 8 games left, and I really don't feel that I can be bothered to continue playing this in the state that it's in. Hi buddy, I played 14 Foot Champs games, won 6, lost 8. I really don't want to play anymore. See, this is the kind of, you know, thing which I'm talking about. They do need to give us something back. The state of it is disgusting, and that's the reason why I blew my top in the previous stream that I did during the Foot Champs when I was playing live. I mean, the first part of the Foot Champs I was 9-4, so I was 9 games up and 4 losses, and then the second part of the stream where it was later on in the evening, I thought, it's going to go well. Everything's great. And then for some reason, that later in that evening, the whole lot changed. It was so much delay in it. The passing was crap. The players were moving out of position. The delay was massive on it, because when you're pressing a button to pass or shoot, it was like a 2-3 second delay. By that time, it's too late. The player's already on you or nicked the ball. And like Jay has just said, look what they done. The Sancho SBC card and the Icon SBC. It's there in black and white, And there's a few YouTubers, professional YouTubers, which have discussed this, and they're embarrassed. They are actually embarrassed. They're so peed off. But it does make you feel like it's just not worth playing. I mean, a few years ago, not with the foot chance, but with Ultimate Team, I think a lot of the problems has been due to the foot champs, because there's that many different with the SBCs for the foot champs, like the Ultimate Team. I believe it's just overloaded it, and there's that much bullshit and cheating going on within the foot champs. During the first lot of my actual games which I played, there was so much no loss glitches being used against me, where basically they were 1-0 up and they quit, or I was on top in the game and they just quit and I didn't get the win. Now for me, if I did that, I would have got the loss and they would have got rewarded the win. So why is it any different? Why is it got to be different? I don't understand. So I strongly believe with the foot champs, it's made so much, it's given the service so much problems, because everybody's trying to do it. It's so easy to get into the foot champs now than before, and it's just overloaded it. And it's like, I think there's like twice as many people in the foot champs now than there was before, because previous foot champs you had to win 5 games in a row to win the tournament and qualify. That was the only way. And like if you had gold 3, which was like the 18 wins, you get automatic promotion. You automatically get into the foot champs. But because they've lowered it and there's less games to play, and like you only need 2,000 foot points, it's so easy to carry on playing. I have never lost 6 games in a row in Division Rivals. Are you playing any games tonight? I don't think so. Not with the state of the server at the moment. It's really bad at the moment. There's delaying, it's laggy, it's just horrible to play. In the past 2 weeks, spent £224 on the game. CBA spending anymore, can't be asked spending anymore. Well, I've not even spent hardly anything at all, and basically I build my team up from progressing by getting like the packs, out of the weekend league or like the division rivals, and with the foot champs you still earn coins anyway. I know you can take the coins out of the foot rivals, but I prefer the packs because it's more interesting to open than just taking the coins, But my point is that the community that we have, I believe there's a strong amount of percentage of that community that needs to step up and make their voice heard, because I don't think a lot of these people, a lot of these players that actually open the mouth and put their point of view across. And I think if we had like some kind of community where we all got together and we all signed a petition in a way where we can put our voice, a voice of point of view, through and let it be heard properly. But it's in such a state now. It's disgusting what we have to go through every single weekend, and it's not on. The game's not up to scratch because it fucks up one way or another. Every time they do an update, they change something that doesn't need to be changed. The previous update that happened, that fucked everything up, which they didn't even have to touch any updates. I think the only thing that needed to be changed was the overpowered, the crossing. 9 times out of 10, the attackers or the opposite team who's got the corner wins the ball in the area all the time. That was overpowered for me, and it still is. So that needs to be calmed down. But apart from anything else, it wasn't that bad to play. But since they've done the update, there's been so much that's changed. Like the passing, the shooting, trying to make sure that your players stay in positions. Did you not pack anything from the front? All right. So, like I say, it's just, it is so wrong. Now, even when I connected to my opponent, this is another thing, right? Connected to opponent, my connection to my opponents wasn't the same kind of rated teams. There wasn't in my divisions. They were like elite players. They had elite players in the team. Like the highest rated players, way overpowered, and it doesn't give you much of a chance unless you are a top 100 player who does so many skills and does so much stuff during the game. It doesn't give you that great much of a chance to progress. So the matchmaking is absolutely disgusting. So that needs to be changed as well. I'm not going to have a complete rant and rave about it because I know that we all know what's wrong with the game. But for me, I needed to actually express this and put this point across to you guys, because I'm sure you're all feeling exactly the same way, about what's happening. I've played... See, I'm a foot founder. Let me explain something. I'm a foot founder. I've played every single FIFA, every single Ultimate Team since it started from 2009. And I've watched the progression from 2009 all the way to 2019. I've watched every single change. And through all those FIFAs that I've played, I can honestly say the first one that they actually made, the first Ultimate Team, because at the start of it, it was an add-on to the game, it was something new, and they were just testing the water out. But on that note that they did, it was outstanding. It was outstanding. Everything ran exactly the way it's supposed to do. You had players with stats on them, where the players with those stats actually reacted to those stats. So if you had a gold player, right, against a bronze player, that gold player would act better than the bronze player. Or if you had a gold player and you was against a silver player, that gold player would be better than the silver player. We didn't have informs or special cards. The players were built up by the amount of games that you played with the player. So if you kept winning tournaments with that team, with the players that were in your team, the stats would basically just add up and keep adding on and adding on, and then gradually each player would gradually get to 99 rated. So I got a team, and it's a shame that we can't, go back to 2009 and look at the teams, that we can log in and look at the past teams that we've made, because my team was rated at 99. There was attacking, midfield and defence. It was all rated at 99. But it was amazing. It felt proper. It felt a proper game, because the players were reacting to what to what the stats were given. And for me, that's exactly how it should be now. Not with all these players with these stats, special stats, but they don't even act or react to the stats that have been given, which is false. Which is, EA should be done by that, because it's false advertising of the player, false attributes which they've been given, and they should be done for it, because it's false advertising of that player. So what other thoughts have you got, to be fair? What's your comments about all this? And what was your favourite Ultimate Team that you actually played? What was your favourite? What was the best thing that happened in Ultimate Team for you guys, which you can honestly say and stand up and say, this was my best Ultimate Team that I enjoyed so much, because the gameplay was so good. The game on the whole was so good. So what would you say that was best for you? If you look at the Ultimate Team, they've put an extra day on. So that just says everything, doesn't it? Because they did this last time, 2 weekends away. They did that. They put an extension on. So what's your thoughts on it all? Because I'm totally bewildered. I don't understand it. I don't understand the direction which they want to try and get to. Because in my eyes, they're going backwards instead of forwards. They really are going backwards. And the amount of people that are playing this game, what we put into the game to progress and try and progress is disgusting. What we go through as a community, it's so wrong. So guys, what's your thoughts on it, and which was your favourite Ultimate Team? The favourite FIFA, which you enjoy playing on the Ultimate Team, which was your favourite? My favourite was 2009, and I'll always stand by that. Always. As a FUT founder, I'm proud of that. Because I've witnessed every single stage of change on every single FIFA that's from each year. And like I say, the original, very first Ultimate Team, you can go and look it up on YouTube or something, and people have got videos up there, but it was outstanding. What really was the way they did the game, it was outstanding. So what's your thoughts on it, guys? What is your thoughts, your honest opinions about what needs to be changed? Sorry, I just pressed up onto my PS button by accident there. Sorry about that. So I'm still here. So if it goes off for a second, it was my fault. But I'm still here. So let's go over to the FUT Central, because we've got something here. I'm still here, guys, so don't go away anyway. Play Division Rivals. Oh, okay. I'll get 100 coins. Oh, is that it? Thought it was something exciting. What do we need to do for this? Score 7 goals using SS players to earn the pin. Yeah, Michael Duffy. I don't even. What stats has this player got anyway? The Michael Duffy. Score 7 goals with use the SAE. I believe EA can make a game like FIFA 14 again. That's my thought. Okay, no, that's good. I appreciate your opinion. So FIFA 14 was the best one that you personally played, really. So you enjoyed FIFA 14 more than any other FIFA. Oops. All right. The best everyone played, not just me. Okay. I totally respect that opinion. Totally respect that. Like I said, FIFA 2009 was my favourite. It's just a massive, massive thing to actually sit here and speak like this. To be fair, on a game which we all love to play, and I think that the respect of the game is that they've done is just gone straight out the window. It's just so disgusting on so many levels. It really is. It's so wrong. I mean, if you go to, I'll just quickly get my phone. 2 seconds, guys. Sorry. So, I mean, we can carry on and discuss this for, as much as we can. But like I say, we need to make a massive change. I think we need to go onto a forum and put some kind of debate on there. Where our voices can properly be heard. Because the way it looks, that our voices are not does not count unless we do something about it. It's just a massive, massive shame. But anyway, guys, I'm looking forward to the Black Friday. I really hope that a lot of the players will go down in price, because it's one of those times where you can pick up a decent player, but things really do need to be changed, drastically changed. It's just so wrong what they've done. Expecting us to play a game on what you know, from the amount of shit that they've done to this game. is beyond belief. I'm just looking at some players and see what I can actually add to my team. Got De Gea there. I mean, if you look at De Gea's card, you know, it looks outstanding, but to be fair, does it really make a lot of difference? You know, does it really make that much difference? Whether you've got a really high-powered, you know, goalkeeper in there. Because at the end of the day, you know, you could score against anyone, because that's how the game is. No. Oh, you use Kepa? Oh, right, okay. Kepa, eh? Let's have a look for Kepa. Is it a special card or is it a gold card? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Is that the one that you use? Yeah, gold. Oh, okay. Do you find it a good goalkeeper then for you to use? Is that the goalkeeper that you know you're comfortable in using? Oh, okay, cool. I don't know if there's any more SPCs to do, to be fair. I think, like I say, I did near enough complete that Sancho card, but I was just like one player away from completing it, but they took it down, didn't they? I did get all my players back. I mean, they took this down, didn't they, and put it back up again. They are all the same. They are all the same. You know, there's nothing, no different, is there really? You know, between any goalkeeper, to be fair. Yeah, this is the one which I'm going to try and get eventually. You know, the rare mega pack. That's the one I want to try and get to. I'm just like one player away, apparently. But I think that's silly. I think that's silly because like it says like foot swap player 1 and foot swap player 2, but really it's foot swap player. You should put whichever one in. It shouldn't really make a lot of difference. Let's have a look at. Should we have a look at these squads? Let's have a look at the feature squad. Oh wow! I mean, look how lucky that is to have that team. You know, that's just ridiculous, isn't it? Really, that really is ridiculous. And then you look at the bench as well. Wow. That's just something else. Wow. Let's have a look at, who is that person? Galley. Wow. Wow. No, that's not my team, no. If that was my team, I'm doing Elite 3 at least with that team if I had that chance. No, it's on squad battles, but it's the actual featured squad. So just having a look at players people have got. I mean, the Lucas card, I mean, that's overpowered. The Lucas card, that's way overpowered. It really is. Wow, look at that. So yeah, I mean, you know, I would play a game, but with the state of the servers at the moment, it's just disgusting. It really is so disgusting. I mean, this actually tells you the truth about it, because on all the FIFAs, I have never lost that many games at all. I'm normally like, you know, 800 or 900 above my losses, and you know, look, I'm 17 behind my losses. That's how bad this game is this year. I don't find it fair. I don't find it levelled. It's ridiculous. So, you know, like I say, a lot of things need to be changed. I mean, if we go to like the leaderboard, right, I'm going to go to the leaderboard and go to my friends. He's got 19 wins, and you know, I've got 11, but I've got 8 games remaining. You know, I've got 8 games to play. So theoretically, I could easily get to gold 3. But with the state of the affairs of the game is, yeah, it is. It's just a complete joke. You know, and that's what's putting me off playing the rest of my games. I don't feel comfortable because, like I say, look, I got 11 wins, right? So I'm 11-11. I was 9-4, so that just tells you on how bad the game ended up being, due to the amount of server bullshit that caused the amount of losses for me. You got 16 games remaining. Wow. So, like I say, you got twice as many games to play, but I mean, I've got 8 games. You know, I only need to win 3 to get to the goal 3, but I really just, I can't be bothered with the bullshit. Really can't. I mean, if I go to 14, right, you get an extra mega pack, and so it's two packs, 3 packs. So you get an extra pack plus an extra player pick special item, and that's basically the difference between gold and silver 1. So depending on what they actually do, I'm hoping that tomorrow, late tomorrow, some point in the day, where, you know, they've fixed and made it better, the server. Yeah, and 10k, but you know, but that's the only difference. So there's not a lot in it, is there? But you know, trying to go through the stress of winning 3 games out of 8. I mean, it's very doable because basically you just got to try and win, you know, near enough half the games. So, but like I say, with the server what's happening with the server and the way the game's playing, it's not really worth doing. And I did make a statement before I actually got to 11 wins, is that I was thinking that if I got to 11 wins, Alright, your record is a lot better than mine. And, you know, if I got to 11 wins, my thought is that shall I stay in the Silver 1 and see what rewards I get? Because I can remember the first time I got to Silver 1, the cards which I received, the player pick ones, was basically a lot better than what the ones which I've received in the last 2 weeks where I've reached Gold 3. Which, to be fair, does not make any sense whatsoever. I don't understand the logic of that. And through the packs as well, I actually packed a lot better players. You know, I packed an icon out from silver, reaching Silver 1. So that just says everything, doesn't it, really? So I just don't understand the logic on what they're doing. So I'm thinking, shall I stay in Silver 1 and see what happens, see if my theory is right, and you know, and see what happens the following weekend, because I will actually play Foot Champs next weekend, but depending on what the server is like, because there's no point going into a match knowing full well that the server is completely disgusting, you know, totally wrong, because it's just going to annoy you even more. And you're not going to enjoy it either. It's just going to be totally disgusting. It's going to be so frustrating if you do that. So that's my way of thinking at the moment, is, you know, not bother playing any more games, see what I get out of the Silver 1, and see if there's any, you know, see if my theory is right from that. I don't know. I really do not know. You know, I don't know what to do. I mean, what would you guys do? Do you think my theory is right? Where Silver 1 is, you know, the lower you are, you know, in the progression of Foot Champs, the better, you know, the better prizes you'll get. So, like, if you got to the Silver 1, which is the automatic qualification for the following weekend anyway, do you think it's better rewards from the Silver 1 than Gold 3, or do you get better rewards out of Gold 3? You know, like I said, it's baffled me completely, because, like I said, I got an untradeable icon out of my packs. You know, I got a red 86 goalkeeper, where in previous player picks they've been so low and it's been so shite. So what's your thoughts on it, guys? I mean, if we go to, I mean, I know it's, see, with online single games, right, if you go to an online single match, it's actually not a server. It's basically, and this I got told from one of the people who work for EA, and basically the online single matches basically are, when you connect, you're not connecting to a server, you're connecting against someone's connectivity. But if you do Foot Champs, it's basically it's totally a different server. It's an actual server that you're connecting to. But the online single matches are basically you're connecting to someone's connection. So let me show you. I'll show you exactly what I mean by this. I'm not gonna play it. I'm just gonna show you the connectivity. And this is my point. Now, at the moment it's on green. Okay, so now it's dropped. You see that? It dropped. Now, previous connections is gone. You know, it went straight to red, to orange, and back to green again. Orange, you know, and red, and back to green. So this guy here has got, you know, a very good connection. That's the reason why it's on green. So let's see if we can connect to a different player. So we know who that player is. So that's got a decent one. So we'll try again and see if we can connect to someone different. Just wait for it to join an opponent. Is anybody there, or is there no one there? Okay, so it looks like no one's joining up there, so we'll try again. But if you guys try it, you know, if you go onto online single match and just try and see what kind of connection you get with your opponents, and see and tell me if, like, the connectivity, the latency drops to orange and red and then back to green again, where the connectivity goes up and down. It's not like a set connectivity, because basically your connectivity is connecting to someone else's connection, you know, based on the quality of their internet. So there I couldn't even connect to anyone, which is very strange. There was no opponents found. Oh my god, are you having a laugh? So for some reason I can't find anyone. Okay, right, the bar's gone down by one. It's on 4 bars. Will that lower or will it stay? So like I say, you can't really trust it. You cannot trust it at all. You know, it doesn't make a lot of sense why they have to have a connectivity section where it's based on someone else's connection. Where if you go to Ultimate Team, it's basically a server connection, not connecting to someone else's connection. So we'll go to Foot Champs. Just theoretically, we'll go to Foot Champs and we'll just look at the latency on that. So we'll come out of that and we'll go onto the Foot Champs. We're not playing any games, I'm just going to show you the connectivity. So like I said, there's a lot wrong. See there, look, it's got complete full bars. The bars are completely connected, and that's really good. And so, like I said, it's, you know, on Foot Champs it's a server connection. If you go to online singles, you're connecting to someone else's connection. So it's two totally different things, and that is totally a shame. You know, it just proves how bad and how weak that EA are. That they can't provide a whole fantastic, you know, quality of a connection for everyone, not just because it's based on Foot Champs, but based on the whole game and the whole community. And I believe that's partly to blame on the lagging and the, you know, the disconnections and everything that goes on in the game. But most of all, the Foot Champs has caused so many problems because, like, now it's so easy to get to Foot Champs. 2,000 qualification points is not a lot, not really. I know you have to play a lot of games, but it really, you know, it adds up. and whether you win or lose, you still get points. And that's why it's so easy, and that's why I believe, because now there's twice as many people playing for it, champs, and it's stretched and it's strained the server that much that's why it's causing quite a lot of the problems. And with all the changes that these guys have made, it's not helping anyone either. They're making changes where they don't need to be changed. They're not listening to the whole community, what we want from the game. So they're making changes off their own back, which I don't understand what their mindset is, what their their thought of the changes which they've been making. I don't understand it. If you look at the crosses, they're way overpowered. 9 times out of 10, the attacker or the opposition's players who are attacking, 9 times out of 10 will win the ball in the air, which shouldn't be the case. Because if you go and try and stand next to a 6'5" player and you're like 5 foot, if you chuck a ball up in the air, 9 times out of 10, that 6 foot plus player or person will win that header every single time. So if you base it, if you base that in real life onto that game, that real life situation should be based in the game, should act the same way, because the game itself is supposed to be acting in real life situations in the sport itself. So, like I say, there's a few things, which are overpowered, which needs to be changed massively. But we're not being listened to as a community. And that's down to a lot of people who are not making their voice heard, who are not putting themselves forward. So, like, the EA community, I'm not listening to like the above amount of percentage of people who play this game, because we're not putting our actual voice forward. The only way that you can put your voice forward is by going onto the forum and absolutely smashing their forum to bits, by commenting as much as possible and absolutely spamming it to bits, where they have got no other choice but to listen to what you are saying. And that's the only way forward that we can make a change to this game. I know we rant and rave a lot with the game itself that we've been provided with, and rightly so. But we need to now make a proper stand where our voices need to be heard and put forward, so the changes are made for us as a community, that this game needs to be improved by so much. So guys, like I say, on that note, I would like to say a massive thank you to everyone who's took the time out to listen to me this evening. A massive thank you to everyone who's supported my channel, and to everyone who's took the time out to subscribe to me and like my channel. It means the world to me that you've done that. And I'm on 169 subscribers, which is amazing, and I just hope that it progresses. But I'm here for the community, not just for the channel, not just making my name in YouTube, but for the community, because I stand beside the community, and that's what counts more than anything, is your thoughts, your support. And if we stand together as a unit, as one supportive community, we can make this change. But we all need to stand together as one, not a couple here and there. but everyone. So I wish you a good evening, and thank you so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed my stream, and I will see you in the next stream, which will be tomorrow. So for me, thank you very much, and peace guys, take care, thank you for watching.